this shit. It's something that y'all are doing now. So
hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so for starters, I'm so happy that y'all like this hairstyle because I don't know, this is of course like a late, I think it's like a, what is it, like a 2016 layer type of bangs. Bitch, when I did this hairstyle, bitch, the whole time, I kid you not, when I did this hairstyle, I just kept thinking JT coming, JT coming, JT, bitch. As I was curling the hair, I was like, JT coming. I was doing the hairstyle on the while I was on the phone with Laura, and Laura just kept yelling, JT coming, JT coming. This is definitely a JT coded type of hairstyle. I love it. I see why JT can't let go of it, honey. I love it. It gives like grown, sexy vibes. And I was kind of skeptical because I usually do not look cute when I put my hair on my forehead. I usually look, well, y'all told me that this is the best hairstyle on me, so maybe I don't know what I look good in. But I usually like my hair to flip on the side when I curl it, but I decided to do something different and you guys loved it. I mean, y'all loved it. Y'all were messaging me on Instagram. Y'all were messaging me on, y'all were in my YouTube comments. So I'm happy that y'all love it. I'm definitely gonna do more of it. But as you guys can see from this title of this video, this is an unpopular opinions baddie shot o'clock edition. So I got a lot of shit to say, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I have a lot of shit to say. So y'all motherfuckers, just make sure y'all buckle up y'all seatbelt. Let's get straight into it. Let's get to the unpopular opinions first, and then we're gonna get to the opinions that we probably all have, because I have a lot to say about this season of Baddies Caribbean. My very first unpopular opinion that y'all might be a little bit too frazzled and razzle-dazzled by is that Meatball is not wrong. Can I say it again? Meatball is not wrong about that baddie chain. Question of the day. The question of the whole season is, what does it take to be a baddie? Because Tinka came up in the house fighting Diamond. Meatball came up in the house fighting Gretchen. Tinka caught phase that were called out. Meatball caught phase that were called out. So what, like, I know some people like, well, maybe if you put your hair together and tuck in your shirt and this and that, then you'll probably get a baddie chain. And then in the next token, we have Jayla talking about a baddie is giving her definition of what a baddie is, and is basically saying that a baddie is not a baddie because of aesthetics. A baddie is a baddie at heart, and blah blah blah, and you don't need this chain. I'm looking, and then Jayla want to come talk about some, pretend this is my baddie chain, y'all. She talking about some, I don't need this. Well, then take it off and give it to Meatball. Take the chain off and give it to Meatball. Because my thing is this, if I came in with my good sis, she got a baddie chain and I was doing the same shit that she was doing and I didn't get a baddie chain, I ain't gonna do all that extra shit like how Meatball was doing. It's very obvious that Meatball don't want that chain. It's very obvious that Meatball is trying to pawn that chain and get some money off of that chain, because if you even look at Tinka's lives, she was saying that every time she sees Meatball, she doesn't have her chain. Because I don't know if you guys noticed this, but towards the ending of the season, Meatball got a chain. And Tinka says she never wears the chain that she got. So it's very obvious that Meatball is just trying to sell it and pawn it off. But that's besides the point. Once you give somebody a gift, it's up to them what they do with it, right? My question is, like, what was the difference between what me and Tinka did? Like, we both came on the show and we both did the same shit. How did she get a chain before mine? I know some people are about to clock me and be like, well, at the end of the day, Irene, like, she did not need to go off on Tinka because of that. Like, it didn't have nothing to do with Tinka. But let me take y'all back. Let me take y'all back to the scene where they were both fighting on the beach. And this is why I say Meatball not wrong. If Tinka tried to call Meatball out, which she should have never did, you could tell that Meatball wanted to dismiss that conversation, because Meatball knew that she did not want them to argue and fight on TV. She never wanted it to come to that. That's why as soon as Tinka tried to open up the conversation, Meatball shut it down, and you can even see Meatball trying to walk away from her. But Tinka did not want to let it go. Like, she wanted whatever she had to say to come out on that beach right then and there, right? And then so they started arguing and they're talking about things. And I'm not saying that Tinka is wrong, but I'm not saying that Meatball is wrong too. What I'm saying is both of them are kind of have a point. I'm not gonna hold you. And they start talking about things that have nothing to do with the show. When I was in Miami, you was doing this, you was doing that. But we can't really fact check what they're talking about because the stuff that they were talking about has nothing to do with what happened on the show. But this is where I say that Meatball is not wrong. There was a point in time where Meatball said, you're always putting other bitches that you barely know over me and your friendship. And I'm not gonna hold y'all. Before Slim got kicked off the show, it was Tinka and Slim. It was Tinka and Slim. Meatball had to get on the confessional and say that her and Tink was like sisters for us to know that they even knew each other outside of the show. If they didn't get in confessionals and say that they knew each other outside of the show, we would have never known that they knew each other outside of the show. Because Tink and Slim were very clicked up. I don't know if you guys remember when they were switching from, I don't remember where it was. I don't know if it was from Puerto Rico. I don't remember which country they were switching to. But there was a point in time where Slim and Tinka were like, oh, we're rooming together, girl. Like, yeah, like we're rooming together. If I go on a show with my best friend that I've been knowing for years, I'm not rooming with a bitch that I don't know like that. I'm in a room with my best friend that I've been knowing for years. And to me, I'm gonna be honest, and I know some people probably gonna be like, you like that, like that's not what it's given. And mind y'all, I love Tink. Let me just state that I love Tinkerbella. Love Tink from the first episode with Diamond. When everybody was saying that she was annoying, bitch, I was sitting back eating my popcorn. I thought the shit was funny. Like, I love me a Tinkerbella. I love her. But I'm just gonna be completely honest. Tinka gives me aesthetically pleasing vibe. Tinka gives me that the type of zone that Tinka is in right now is like, if you don't fit her aesthetics, she not really gonna be hanging out with you like that. And I feel like her and Meatball are only friends because they met each other when they were younger. You get what I mean? Meatball would not fit in Tinka's aesthetic vibe because, you know, Meatball is seen as somebody who doesn't care about her appearance. She just comes on national television with her hair anyhow. She comes wearing shirts that you would wear to bed. She's shaking her booty, have her ass cheeks showing. You know, Meatball does not care. Like, she gives very like, I don't give a damn type of vibes, hood rat vibes, whatever. And Tinka, I don't think that's Tinka's aesthetic right now. And I feel like the only reason that they are friends is because they have a lot of years with each other and they met each other when Tinka was still trying to get it out the mud. Hence why Tinka bleaches. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. Any girl that is still bleaching in today's day and age is trying to fit a certain aesthetic. I don't care what nobody says. And it's funny, don't y'all find it ironic that the first girl that she clinged to was Slim, and Slim was the aesthetic that Tinka tried so hard to fit into? Because if you look at Tinka's old videos and old photos, Tinka was damn near the same skin color as Meatball, and she did not like that skin color and she decided to change it, and now she's just as light as Slim. If you look at Slim, Slim has the body, she has the, you know, just the aesthetic, that little bad bitch type of I want to make it bad bitch cute aesthetic. And I feel like that's what Tinka likes to be around. So when Meatball made that comment saying you're always putting bitches that you barely know like that above me and your friendship, I believed her. And I feel like that is what set Meatball off, because you could kind of see that Meatball felt a type of way about their friendship, but she didn't say much about it. But you can see in the way she was looking at them in the beginning when they were all clicked up with each other, you could tell Meatball was kind of thinking like, here she go again. And it's funny, y'all, because before that whole argument with the whole chain came about, I peeped it from the very beginning, and I was like, nah, like like Tinka is not treating Meatball like a friend. Like, she's more so being a friend to this girl than to her original friend that she came on the show with. And then so I feel like when Tinka came and got the chain, it pissed her off more. It pissed Meatball off more. And I feel like Meatball was mad about the chain, but Meatball was really mad about just everything as a whole. Like, it wasn't just the chain. It was the fact that Tinka came in the house and kind of like ran away from her original friend. And then I'm gonna be real with you. Then the original friend that she decided to run away from, then Tinka turned around and get a chain on top of that. It's like, I don't know. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping, but like, if it was me and my friend did that, I'ma look like, damn, they rewarded this bitch for her bad behavior. I'll be like, they rewarded this dumb bitch for her bad behavior, because if you guys really go back and look at the episodes, her and Slim was like fighting down in the body with each other, you know what I mean? And that's one of the main reasons why Tinka got her chain, because she kept going at it with Diamond the Body. So I would kind of just be looking like, this bitch secluded me, then they went to go reward her. Like, I would feel some type of way. Now, did Meatball overdo it? Yes, Meatball overdid the hell out of it. It's not that deep. And I am different from Meatball because I never beg for nothing. Like, if I see that you don't want to give it to me, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Like, I'm not gonna beg for nothing. Like, I used to be the type where, like, even in relationships, I'll be telling guys like, oh, you know, I like flowers, and then they would not give it to me and I'll be begging. I'm not like that no more. Like, I'm just gonna see what you do. Like, I want to see what's your love language, and then I might bring it up like once just to let you know, like, hey, I do like flowers, but like, if I don't see it again, I'm not really gonna press the issue. Like, I'm just not, because that's just, you don't want to do it, and I want you to do something out of the kindness of your heart. Now that Meatball has the chain, it's not genuine. They gave her the chain so she could shut up, you know? So, but yeah, that's my very first unpopular opinion. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. My second unpopular opinion that's gonna make y'all mad is that nothing is wrong with Gretchen saying the N-word. And before y'all get on y'all keyboards and y'all start typing to me, y'all hear me out. Okay. Everything is wrong with Gretchen. Everything is wrong with Gretchen saying the N-word, bitch. I was just playing. But let me tell you why I said that was an unpopular opinion. I'm gonna be real with you. In the beginning, when I first heard Gretchen saying the N-word, it was very appalling. I'm not gonna lie. But when Gretchen turned around and she said, okay, I'm sorry for saying it to Jayla, and then they were arguing again, and Gretchen said it like literally like 3 minutes later. Then she got beat the hell up again by the girls for saying it that time that they jumped her with Diane and everybody. And then she went and apologized again when she was near the door with Jayla, and then she said it again. I kind of was irritated with Gretchen at first, but when I really sat and I really thought about the situation, and I really deep the situation, and I took like my blackness out of it. And I know some people might be watching like, why would you take your blackness out of it, this and that, but I just want to see all sides of the situation. I personally feel like Gretchen did not mean no ill malice saying the N-word. Now, does that mean that she gets to say it? Fuck no, because you're not black, okay? But I don't think that she meant no ill malice, and I personally blame the people that grew up with Gretchen. Because for Gretchen to keep saying the N-word and then apologizing and getting beat the fuck up like how she got beat the hell up by all those girls in the house, and then to come back and say it again, it let me know that this is a part of her regular vocabulary, and this girl's been saying the N-word since she was a little girl. And the people in her life never checked her. So now that she's older and she comes to a show and a whole bunch of black people tell her, you can't say the N-word, and she's been saying the N-word around black people her whole life, and she never got checked on it. It's very appalling, and it's very mind-boggling. And I personally feel like Gretchen was not saying it in like a derogatory manner, or like I don't think she was saying it with malice. I think that's just a part of her vocabulary. You know how y'all always say that well, sometimes if you guys watch my videos and I tell story times, at the end of me saying something, I'll be like, or whatnot. Like, I'll be like, oh yes, I went to the store or whatnot. And the thing is, I did not know that I said or whatnot a lot until one, I was editing my videos, and two, you guys kept saying, oh my God, I love when Irene says or whatnot. How many times does Irene say or whatnot? And I really thought about it, and after I seen those comments, I really started listening to my story times, and I found out that I say or whatnot so much to the point where I had to, like, sometimes when I edit my story times, I cut out the or whatnot part, because I'm like, dang, I say that a lot. Another thing that I say a lot is like I could literally tell a story like this and like that, like this, like that, like this, like that. I did not peep that I said like a lot until I started editing videos on YouTube, and I'm like, damn, why am I always saying like? But those are just a part of my vocabulary, and I know, of course, some people might be like, well, those are not derogatory words, so that it don't count. That's not the same thing. I know what y'all mean, but I'm just saying, when you have something that is a part of your vocabulary for so many years, and if somebody comes up to me today and tells me that I cannot say or whatnot anymore, it's gonna be very hard for me to not say that word, because I've been saying that since I was young, you know? And I didn't even peep that I said or whatnot until like literally last year when people called it out. I do feel, that's why I say that I don't feel like Gretchen was wrong. Like I said before, Gretchen should not be saying the N-word because she's not black. She says that she's black. girl, I don't believe it. I don't care what nobody say. Like, I did not see no black people. They went and pulled up her whole family tree. I didn't see nobody black there. I just personally feel like Gretchen grew up around people that gave her a pass, and she came on the show and figured out real quick that not all black folks are the same. Like, you know, some of them gonna let you get away with it. Most of them are not, you know? So, yeah. My third unpopular opinion, and I'm pretty sure that this is not really an unpopular opinion by now, is that Diamond the Body can't fight. Mind y'all, I had this unpopular opinion from the very first episode. I didn't say anything because I knew that people love Diamond the Body from Now That's TV. But I'm pretty sure you guys know by now that Diamond the Body can't fight. The whole Tinkerbella situation, people were arguing, talking about that Diamond was winning majority of the fights. That is a bold-faced lie. Like, when I say that is a bold-faced lie, that is a bold-faced lie. The main reasons why a lot of people feel like Diamond was winning most of those rounds with Tinka is because when Tinka fights, she puts her head down. So it makes it look as if it gives off the illusion like Tinka's getting done with, like, you know, like she's getting dealt with. Because if you're fighting someone with your head down and the person is fighting you head up and they're tagging you, it makes it look like you're losing. But when you really slow down those videos and you really look at the way Tinka was punching her and knocking her from the side, Tinka was rushing Diamond and Tinka was actually getting Diamond on the ground. Diamond can't fight. But let me tell you something about Diamond. Diamond does just enough to where people think she can fight. So Diamond does just enough, and Diamond is a very crazy fighter. Like, when Diamond fights, she just fights wild. She puts her body on you. Like, she's very like crazy. So people feel like Diamond can fight, but when you really look at the videos, Diamond be getting beat up in most of the videos. And I don't know why. Like, I remember every episode when Diamond got into a fight and I'll be like, oh yeah, she got beat up. And then I will go check Twitter and people be like, Diamond got her. I'm like, are we all watching the same show? Because like, I literally used to think that in my head. Like, I know we not all watching the same show, because who did Diamond get? Like, Diamond didn't get nobody that I saw get. That y'all saying that she got, right? Diamond was losing those rounds. Kiva was tagging her. Like, Diamond was actually losing those rounds. You know what I mean? Even with Slim. Now, I would say with Slim, Diamond did put in work with Slim. I'm not gonna lie. But, I mean, not Slim. What's this girl named Nunu? Diamond did put in work with Nunu. But, I'm gonna be real with you. Nunu kept up with her. Like, I feel like because people don't like Nunu, they don't want to give her flowers. Just as many hits as Diamond was getting in, Nunu was getting the same amount of hits in. Like, people were making it seem like Nunu got beat up. Like, people were making it seem like Nunu got that ass whooped. No, Diamond won that round with Nunu, but like, Nunu kept up with her. Diamond, in my honest opinion, cannot fight like that. And that is the reason why y'all went and y'all pumped this girl head up when she was arguing with DTB and stuff. I mean, not with DTB, with Taseki. Y'all pumped this girl head up. And I know some people about to be like, we didn't pump her head up, we told her she was gonna lose. It's a difference between telling her that y'all were sitting up there saying, I cannot wait for her to fight her, this and that. Y'all were there laughing when she was trolling and making all them troll videos about her fighting Taseki. Y'all was making all them troll videos about her fighting Taseki. And now all of a sudden that this girl don't got a tooth and her lip is busted up in half and she got 2 black eyes. She have knots on her head. Now all of a sudden y'all mad at Taseki. But y'all the reason that this girl got did in the way she got did in. Because the fans from Now That's TV that's been following Diamond since Now That's TV should have told Diamond that she is not a good of enough fighter to get out there with Taseki. See, y'all love to talk shit about ET, and I don't care for ET either. But one thing I'm gonna say is that ET keeps up with her fights. ET fights. Like, I've actually seen ET's fights when she fought Naj in the ring and she beat up Naj. And Naj could fight. If you guys remember Naj from Now That's TV, she could fight. And the fact, and I seen her and Naj go together, and I was thinking to myself, okay, ET can fight. I even watched ET fight when she was fighting with Krishan. Even though they jumped Krishan that day, I could see that ET could fight. Like, I could actually see, okay, ET knows how to put in some type of work. Of course, we all knew that ET was going to lose to Taseki, because Taseki is King Kong, bitch. Ain't nobody winning to her, okay? Ain't nobody that we know of right now going to win against Taseki. So we all knew that when ET fought Taseki that she was going to lose. You look at ET's face, you look at Diamond's face, it's 2 different comparisons. Look at Diamond's face, and I honestly was sad for her. Like, I honestly felt bad for her. For her to get her tooth knocked out from the root is crazy work. ET went out there with Taseki so many times and she just had a swollen face. That's all she had. They got knocked out, the mouth didn't get split, and that is because ET still knows how to fight. Taseki's in like a whole different category when it comes to fighting. Like, Taseki is not a fighter, that bitch is a beast. It's a difference, you know what I mean? So that lets you know, like, just seeing everything how you see it lets you know that ET actually did keep up with Taseki. And even looking at the rounds, there were some rounds where ET was keeping up with Taseki. Like, I remember when I was watching the reunion last year and they were fighting, I was kind of looking like, come on, Taseki, like, come on. Because there were some times where ET was tagging her. Y'all, there was some rounds where it looked like if Taseki didn't turn it up a notch, ET could have won. And that is the reason why you will see in the beginning of them fighting, they were both throwing punches, but then out of nowhere, Taseki just started going Mayweather hand shit on her because Taseki knew that ET was keeping up with her and she didn't want ET to keep up with her. If you even go back and look at the reunion when they were fighting, Taseki made a comment saying she got heart. This little girl got heart. That even lets you know that Taseki recognized, okay, this girl can fight. At the end of the day, Taseki knows that she's not just a fighter. Like, Taseki knows that her hands are in a whole different range bracket. So for ET to keep up with her, it's surprising because she knows that whenever she fights, she usually always has the upper hand and it's always usually easy. Taseki not gonna make a comment saying this little girl got heart if ET wasn't putting in work. Taseki recognized, okay, this girl can actually fight. But Taseki knows at the end of the day that her hands are way different than any other girl. So even Taseki peeped that ET was in the paint. The reason why I say Diamond can't fight is because Diamond cannot fight. And Diamond should have never even been put in that position to fight. No amount of money is worth what happened to Diamond's face. None. But it's her fans, whoever's Diamond's fans. Y'all was the one that was laughing when she was saying, line that shit up, line that shit up, line that shit. She's punching the stupid punching bag or whatever that thing, and she kicking. Oh, you think it's that? All that dumbass shit that she was doing. Y'all should have went up in them comments and said, do not fight her, Diamond. I'm pretty sure she would have fought her regardless, but I feel like y'all pumped her head up. I seen them comments. Now, a lot of y'all was saying that Taseki gonna eat her up, but I seen a lot of y'all hyping her up because y'all want to see Taseki fight, but y'all didn't think that Taseki would do her in like the way she did her in. But it all goes back to my unpopular opinion. Diamond can't fight. My next unpopular opinion that I'm pretty sure is not really an unpopular opinion because I've seen some people talk about it is that Jayla's a mean girl. And I'm gonna be real, Jayla's kind of unbearable. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I do not care for Jayla, like, at all. So my brother's girlfriend has been watching Bad Girls Club because I don't think she ever really watched it. So I went in her room one night and she was watching the season with the Claremont twins and Jayla. And I'm gonna be real, Jayla's been acting the same since Bad Girls Club. But I feel like we were too blinded to see it because of the simple fact that if you guys remember Bad Girls Club, I remember the season with the Claremont twins. They were dealing with other girls that were racist, like Lauren and them other white girls that were racist, and that one black girl that was jealous of them, so she decided to take the white girl's side. I'm pretty sure we saw Jayla's personality, but because we were dealing with racist people, because those girls were racist, let's call it what it is, like, and the way they destroyed their clothes and everything, we did not really get to interpret Jayla's personality. But when I was with my brother's girlfriend and she was watching the show, the way Jayla acted on Bad Girls Club is how Jayla acts today. I was so confused because I'm like, I know a lot of us do not like Jayla now, but why did we like Jayla back then? I feel like we liked Jayla back then because of two reasons. One, we love the Claremont twins. Like, we love them. I feel like people do not like the Claremont twins as much now, but it has nothing to do with Bad Girls Club. It has everything to do with the fact that they changed their whole face around and they went to jail for that scandal that one of them went to jail for that scandal that they had. And also people don't like them because a lot of people say that they be doing incest together. But before we figured out all those things about the Claremont twins, everyone loved the Claremont twins. That's why when they won that lawsuit, everyone was happy for them. So I personally feel like because we love the Claremont twins and Jayla was hanging out with them, we love Jayla too. And like I said before, I feel like we hated the other girls so much that we loved them so much as well. Another fun fact that y'all should know is that Jayla went to my high school, y'all. Like, y'all know Jayla from Houston. Like, she went to my high school. Our high school basically has yearbook pictures. Like, the whole school would take pictures together, and they used to put every class on the wall when you first walk in, and like Jayla was literally, you can see Jayla sitting in one of the classes. So Jayla went to my high school or whatnot. So that's another reason why I like Jayla, because I used to walk through the hallways and be like, there goes Jayla. You know, so I like Jayla. I was like, that's a Houston girl, like she's a Houston baddie. But growing up is realizing that Jayla's a mean girl. Like, Jayla's a mean girl, and Jayla is very annoying, and she can be very dramatic at times.
And I even forgot to add this in the video, but when I was watching Bad Girls Club with my brother's girlfriend, she was even a mean girl in that season. But like I said before, I feel like because we hated the other girls so much because of their racist remarks and their hatred towards the Claremont twins and Jayla, we didn't really get to peep that Jayla has always been a mean girl, because we basically see somebody that's personalities was worse than Jayla's. So we didn't really get to see Jayla's personality. But now that I'm watching the video back, Jayla was a mean girl even during Bad Girls Club.
She overdid it with Gretchen. I'm sorry. Gretchen was annoying saying the N-word, but Jayla just overdid it. Like, Jayla was just doing too much. Like, you're not the only black girl in the house. Like, Jayla was acting like Gretchen was attacking her, if you get what I mean. She was just doing a little bit too much. Like, just a tad bit too much. Even in her mannerisms, the way she walks, like she's being filmed for modeling or whatnot. It just gives very like mean girl, you can't sit with us type of aesthetic. That is the reason why her and Natalie are very close, because they're both mean girls. Natalie is just more like vocal about it. Natalie don't care. But I feel like Jayla cares because she sees our comments. She sees the things we say about her. So I feel like she tones it down a little bit. But Jayla is a mean girl. Like, Jayla's a mean girl. And I personally feel like the Claremont twins do not care for Jayla like that. Because you could even see when she was talking about how Gretchen ruined her chest and stuff. She was even talking about Biggie. Like, you could tell the Claremont twins were like, all right, girl. Like, it gives off that Jayla is a mean girl and she's very annoying. Like, she's just very annoying. And I personally feel like if I was friends with Jayla, I would be annoyed by her as well, because she just has that aura to her, like that very you can't sit with us type of vibe to her. The way she talks, the way she goes, I wanna like all that, like I don't like seeing Jayla on my screen. Like, I really do not like seeing Jayla on my screen. Even when when Callie was arguing with Jelly Bean, and then Gretchen just stood up, like, you know, just to stand up, then Jayla started standing up. I'm like, oh my god, like, you're not even cool with Jelly Bean. Like, why are you standing up? It's like she just wants a moment, and it's so annoying. Like, girl, sit down. Like, sit down. Like, you friends with Natalie and you are an original baddie, you're from Bad Girls Club, you don't need to do too much, babe. Like, you're already established. Let these girls have their camera time. Like, it's not every time Gretchen stands up, you stand up. It's starting to give that you're threatened by this girl, and it's not that deep, you know. My next unpopular opinion is that Lemmy needs to get fired. Lemmy needs to be fired. Somebody needs to fire Lemmy. Bitch, I don't know who, but somebody needs to fire Lemmy, because Lemmy does a lot of backdoor stuff. Like, Lemmy does a lot of backdoor shit, and then when these girls are fighting and acting a fool on the screen, we're kind of looking and thinking to ourselves, where did this fight come from? And then we start thinking these bitches are just fighting just to fight. Then we turn around and figure out that Lemmy has something to do with it later on. He is so messy. Like, people stay talking shit, talking about Natalie doesn't need to be on TV. She needs to be behind the camera directing the show. No.
I even forgot to add this in the video as well, but Natalie needs to be fired as well. You guys keep saying that Natalie doesn't need to have screen time and she needs to be behind the scenes directing the show. But y'all act like Natalie being behind the screen is not going to stop Natalie from still interrupting the show and staring the pot of the show. Natalie and Lemmy stares pots of the show. If you even see the way that they gave the Smiley her edit. If y'all see the way that they made Smiley look out to be like she was a fraud and she was lying about everything, until Smiley started clocking their tea and exposing them, and it turns out they were lying about everything. So it doesn't even matter if Natalie is behind the screen. She's still going to be twisting and turning and disrupting the show. they both need to be fired. And I know some people might be looking like, how you gonna say the owner, not the owner, but like the producer and the person who brought the show to that network needs to be fired. It's crazy, but it's the God honest truth, because it just caused so much disruption when the two people who are at the highest power are disrupting the show. They basically have power over however they want to make these girls look.
Bitch, we need to talk about Lemmy. Lemmy as needs to be fired. He's very unprofessional. He first of all, the fact that Lemmy allows the security guards to be sleeping with all the girls is out of line. There should be a contract signed saying that none of y'all should be messing with each other. This is a job at the end of the day. The security guards wants to mess with the girls, whatever, but the fact that Lemmy messes with the girls, and he is a married man. I think his wife filed for divorce this year, but before that he's a married man, and he has a known affair with Scotty's dumbass, and is literally like goes everywhere with Scotty, literally has Scotty tied to his hip. It is so disrespectful to his wife that not only does he have Scotty tied to his hip, there's been alleged rumors that he messes with Anna, and that makes sense as to why when Anna first was introduced to Baddies, she fought Scotty. They were fighting over Lemmy, and then they come and they tell these confessionals, and when they tell why they don't like each other, it does not make sense. Like, it does not make enough sense for them to be fighting the way they're fighting. And then later on we figure out that Lemmy has something to do with it. Then people were saying that him and Natalie be messing around, which I won't put nothing past Natalie. Natalie gives me vibes that she's such a freak that she'll fuck anything. You know what I mean? Like, Natalie gives me very dirty, I just want my pussy touch type of vibes, and if Lemmy is sitting right there, she probably will fuck him just to do it or whatnot. And that also makes sense as to why her and Scotty fight sometime and go back and forth with each other sometimes, because Natalie messes around with Lemmy when she feels like it. Scotty can't say much because Scotty is a lapdog for Lemmy and for Natalie, and I feel like Natalie and Scotty messes around too. Just a lot of backdoor stuff, and that is another reason as to why when certain people fight and they're getting beat up, security would come and hurry up and break up the fight if Lemmy likes them. But when people fight that Lemmy don't like, he will let them fight. He will let them get dragged. That is the reason why Diamond the Body's face looked the way it looks. I'm pretty sure he does not care for Diamond the Body. I'm pretty sure he likes Taseki, and I'm pretty sure he did not like the fact that that Diamond the Body said something negative about Natalie, and I'm pretty sure he gave Natalie the green light to basically let Taseki know. Because people see the thing is, everybody be blaming Natalie for shit, but it's really Lemmy. Natalie can't move unless Lemmy give her the green light. I'm gonna be real with y'all. This is not Natalie's show like how she tries to make it look like it is. This is Natalie's show, but this is Lemmy shit for real. Natalie cannot tell Taseki to go multiple rounds with Diamond and beat her the fuck up and tell securities not to jump in unless Lemmy gives her the green light. So Lemmy has a lot to do with these situations. Lemmy has a lot to do with a lot of these girls fighting with each other. It has a lot to do with a lot of these situations, and it makes the show so unauthentic, because we all know that reality TV is not real. We know that. If you have sense and you've been watching reality TV for years, you know reality TV is not real. But to a certain extent, it is. When we used to watch Bad Girls Club, even though Bad Girls Club had like fake stuff in it, to a certain extent, Bad Girls Club was real. You know what I mean? But with Lemmy being in the middle of majority of these arguments and these fights, and then these girls can't say for real why they're beefing because Lemmy is in the middle of majority of these arguments and these fights, it makes the viewers feel like we're watching something fake, because it's so obvious when these girls get in their confessionals and they lie about why they have beef with the other person, because their lies be so dumb. Like, it be like, for instance, do y'all remember when Tinka had fought Kiva at the party? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, so y'all fought because you went to go ask Taseki if she was good? Like, the fights don't make sense. It's giving something happened behind the camera, but I can't say it because it has something to do with some real confidential shit. It makes the viewers not want to watch the show, because I don't know about y'all, but whenever I see them just fighting just to fight, I kind of get annoyed, because I'm like, why are y'all fighting? Like, I need a storyline, you know what I mean? And so I feel like Lemmy needs to be fired because he's not professional. Like, Lemmy is not professional at all, and it just makes the show so unauthentic. And not only is Lemmy not professional, he shows favoritism in certain people. So like, you could literally, like, I remember when we signed a whole petition for Rolly to get kicked off the show, which I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Rolly. I feel like Rolly was so unbearable when she was with ET. But at the same time, I do feel like Rolly was made for this show. Like, Rolly is a very good addition to this show. But I feel like that year, Rolly was just doing too much. Like, she was doing way too much. So that year, I wanted her gone. But I'm kind of happy she stayed. I feel like she's chilled a lot since what happened to her and how we tagged that ass. Rolly definitely has calmed down. But the fact that we signed a petition for Rolly to get off the show and Rolly didn't get off the show should let you know the type of power that Lemmy has. Lemmy likes Rolly. You know what I mean? And I know some people about to be like, well, Lemmy is in charge of it. So if he... But no, y'all need to understand. If we was to sign a petition for Diamond the Body to not come back on that show, Diamond the Body would not be back on the show no more. Which, y'all know Diamond the Body says she don't want to be on the show anymore. But I'm just saying, like, he shows favoritism. He shows dramatic favoritism, and it's so annoying because they're like, not every season do we need to see the same amount of baddies. Like, that we need to be rotated these girls out after about a good 2 seasons. These girls need to be rotated out, and we need to be giving new people a chance. And that was what was so fun about Bad Girls Club. We knew that every season we were going to see a new set of girls. I feel like we see the same amount of girls, and it's just so annoying. Overall, this season is boring. I'm very bored. I didn't even watch the recent episode with Biggie. I didn't even watch the recent episode or whatnot. I don't feel like Baddies would ever be Bad Girls Club. I don't think it would even touch the pinnacles that Bad Girls Club touched. Bad Girls Club was like such a core memory in my brain that I can never get out of my head. Seeing the different girls and stuff like that. I loved Flo. Even Natalie in her era, even though that Natalie was a fucking colorist. Natalie in her era with the I run LA. Like, Bad Girls Club was so structured good. Like, Bad Girls Club was structured so good. The fact that they did not allow them to have phones, the fact that it was mandatory for them to stay in the house. I don't know if you guys know, but they don't require the baddies to stay in that house. I feel like they just film in that house for fights, and then some of them go stay in hotels. Some of them stay in Airbnbs afterwards. Like, they don't stay in that house. Not all of them stay in that house. So the fact that they're not required to stay in the house, the fact that they allow them to have their phones, the fact that they don't give us an insight to these girls and their talents outside of the show. Y'all, I did not know that Anna could sing until she came up on my For You page the other day and she was singing. And I was like, oh wow, Anna sings? Like, why don't we know these girls' talents? You know, when we used to watch Bad Girls Club, we used to know these girls' talents. Like, I feel like Baddies is not an elevation show. I feel like Baddies does not allow these girls to grow. I feel like these girls just sit on the show and they fight with each other and they attack each other and they don't get no growth. Like, there is no growth in Baddies. You know what I mean? Another opinion that I have is that Baddies is definitely trying to compete with Now That's TV. And I feel like because they are trying so hard to compete with Now That's TV, that's going to be their downfall. Now That's TV is Now That's TV. Baddies is Zeus. Baddies is Baddies. Now That's TV, Young and Reckless and all that shit. That's Now That's TV. That's more like the ratchet path. I'm not saying the two are not ratchet. Both of them are ratchet. But I personally felt that when Natalie came and she made the show Baddies, it was supposed to be like a reincarnation of Bad Girls Club. You know what I mean? When we used to watch Bad Girls Club when we were younger, we used to actually watch these girls come together in a house and actually learn to grow within one another. If you used to fight in Bad Girls Club, you would get sent home. Because Bad Girls Club wasn't just about fighting. It was about learning how to reconcile your differences with other people without letting it come to blows with each other. Bad Girls Club was also supposed to be you promoting your brand. What are you talented in? Are you a stripper? Are you a dancer? Are you an artist? What is your talent outside of this show? It was supposed to plug you in and put you on top of, and put you, like, push you out. And it did what it was supposed to do, because it's a lot of people that made it out of Bad Girls Club and they are who they are today. If it wasn't for Bad Girls Club, we would not know Natalie Nunn. As much as we hate Natalie Nunn is a very good reality star. We would not know the Claremont twins. They became models later on. You look at Bad Girls Club, a lot of the bad girls became people later on and became household names later on. And I'm not saying that these baddies are not going to become household names later on, but I'm gonna just be completely honest with y'all. They will only remain household names as long as they stay on the show. Y'all see how Rock is no longer on the show, and we don't really talk about Rock no more. The only time we really talk about Krishan is when her and Blueface used to be going back and forth, or when she was about to serve 8 years in jail, or with the baby situation. But Krishan's name is not out like how it was before when she was on Baddies. And I don't think that Baddies set the girls up for growth. And I don't think Baddies set the girls up for life. They don't set the girls up for life. I feel like if all these girls decide not to be on the show anymore, within a couple of years, we would not hear about these girls anymore. We would not hear about Biggie anymore. We would not hear about Anna Mac anymore. We would not hear about Scotty. The only people that we will continue to hear about is Natalie and Jayla. And where did they come from? Bad Girls Club. We will continue to hear about Jayla. Every once in a while, she's already established. Natalie's already established. Tommy, you see Tommy, who came on the show and did her little 1-2. Tommy's already established. Like, she's a household name, you know? So I feel like Baddies doesn't help in that aspect. And so, yeah, like, that's just really all of my unpopular opinions. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this season. I don't really care for this season. I like the season with Stunner Girl. I like the season with Krishan and Persuasion in them. That season was really, really good. I don't really care for this season. I feel like this season is forced upon us. I feel like this season does not make sense. And I feel like people are just fighting just to fight. Like, I feel like this season gave very much fighting just to fight. The fact that they had them fighting for a spot on the show, the fact that they had them, like, it was just giving, like, I'm just fighting just to fight. And I'm not really with that. Like, I need a storyline, you know? Y'all know that reality TV is not real, so make sure that y'all make it real enough for us to believe it. And I'm not buying what y'all are trying to sell. Yeah, I don't really know if I'm gonna watch any more episodes of Baddies. I am going to watch the reunion for sure. I'm going to watch the reunion so I can see what Taseki, big King Kong ass, went to go do the Diamond the Body. Bitch, Taseki scares the fuck out of me. Bitch, bitch, let me tell y'all how much Taseki scares me. Bitch, if Taseki say move, bitch, get out the way, bitch, I'ma hit myself. Bitch, I'ma hit myself. And I'ma say, don't worry, Taseki, I already hit myself. Have a nice day. Cause that bitch is King Kong. Like, that bitch, her hands need to be registered. That's what it needs to be. Her hands need to be registered. I don't care what nobody says. That is not a regular fighter, okay? So I'm definitely gonna watch that reunion because I want to see what even made Taseki think that she needed to do all that to Diamond. So if you guys want an unpopular opinion about the reunion, y'all let me know down below because y'all know I'm gonna give it to y'all. I hope that you guys like this video. Also, if you guys have any other unpopular opinions that I might have left out, y'all also put it down below. I love you guys so much, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.